everyone, I'm Laura from gosimpli.ca, and today I have a stability ball abs and core workout. So it is all designed to be done on a stability ball, so if you have one, make sure that you have it with you. We are going to start with a warm-up and a cool-down. This is a full, like 22-ish minute workout, so it's going to be a tough one, but there's no repeats. So once we're done the exercise, you don't have to do it again. So grab your ball and let's get ready to warm up. Okay, so we're going to start our warm-up here with a cat-cow. So just, arching your back. You may have seen this in yoga many times. And then pushing your back up to the ceiling. And then arching and looking up. And then down. So we're going to do each of these warm-up exercises for 30 seconds apiece. And we're just going to move through them nice and slowly and get that whole core warmed up. Okay, so next up we have, a bird dog. My mind went blank there. So we're lifting opposite arm and leg. We'll just continue back and forth, making sure that navel is pulled in tight to the spine, and the head is looking down. Okay, and next up we're going to just stand up on our knees here, and we're just going to reach from side to side and get that side all warmed up. So one side and then the other. Okay, and then we're just going to bend forward and then stand up. So again, we're just on our knees here. You don't need to stand all the way up. We're just getting some flexion through the spine here. And you can have your arms out if you want. This will make it a bit more of an exercise than a stretch. You don't have to be behind your head if you don't want to. And really squeeze those glutes. Excellent. So if you don't have your ball, go and grab it quickly. We're going to start right away here with a ball crunch. So I'm going to sit on my ball. And I'm going to roll forward. And we're just going to do a basic crunch. So I'm just crunching up. The ball is supporting my lower back here. I'm almost in a full tabletop, but not quite. I'm slightly rolled forward. And we want to make sure that navel is pulled tight. And as we come up, that rib cage is pulling down towards the hip bone. So this section here should feel like it's getting shorter. And hands are they're holding the head. The weight of the head can be in the hands, but you're not cupping. You're not pulling up with your arms. So just a few more seconds here. We're doing all of these exercises for 45 seconds apiece. And then, as in right now, we're going to get a 15-second break. So you can stay here if you wish. You can roll up a bit if that's more comfortable for you. Just whatever works. I'm going to let you know what our next move is, and we're going to do a knee thrust. So we're just going to hold here, and we're basically going to march. And this is a lot harder than it looks, and you may feel that you get a bit more stability if you put your hands down on the ball and not hold behind your head. It's definitely what you feel most comfortable with. Okay, and the ball is going to move around. That's why they call it a stability ball. It's working your stability. So it's constantly working the core. And then on top of it, we're doing abdominal and core exercises. So abdominal and, back, upper back, lower back, all through the core. So it's kind of a double whammy. Woo! I need to focus here. Okay, so now we're going to do another type of crunch. I tend to call it a prayer crunch. We're going to put our hands in like a prayer position, and we're going to try and point them up to the ceiling, poke a hole in the ceiling, okay? So I'm just crunching up and focusing like you're trying to take those fingers and poke a hole in the ceiling. make sure you're breathing through all of this. When we do abdominal exercises, it's so easy to try and hold our breath. And that makes it much more difficult for our bodies to do these exercises. We don't want anyone to faint because we're holding our breath here, so make sure that you're breathing through this and you're moving, you know, not quickly. You don't want to use momentum. So at a nice slow pace here, really working those muscles with each crunch. Excellent. So now we're going to do sort of like a hip dip on a bridge. So I'm going to roll the ball up so it's much more at my shoulder blades. And we're going to dip down and then push all the way up into like a bridge, okay? So again, you can put your hands behind your head if you wish, or you can sort of support the side of the ball if you wish, whatever works for you. And so we're definitely getting a bit of a glute exercise here, but we're also using our abdominals to raise up. So it's a little bit of bonus glute work here as well. Stability ball, abs, and core. It's a great way to do like an apartment-friendly workout as well. We're not really making any noise here. We're not jumping. We're not even marching or anything. So it's a great way to do that. Okay, so now we're going to do, I'm going to come all the way down on the floor, and we're going to do a bent knee crunch. So I'm actually going to put my feet up on the ball. I'm going to come around and get my feet up on the ball. And we're just going to crunch from the ground. But our legs are elevated now, so it's a little bit different way to work the abdominals. And again, as I have mentioned in many videos, we want to work all of our muscles in slightly different variations all the time, slightly different angles, so that we get a well-rounded shape instead of just in one specific motion or movement all the time. It makes them stronger muscles, and it is very good for injury prevention. So just a few more seconds here and we'll get another break. Great job. And next up, we're just going to do like a side reach. So we're going to keep these feet up on the ball, and we're going to crunch up a bit, and then we're going to go to one side, and like you're reaching to touch the ball. So just one side and then the other. And we're really getting the obliques here. And you might notice as you reach to the side that ball moves around a bit as your hips sort of rotate. That's fine. But we're really getting those obliques there. So again, that's just a different part of the abdominal muscles. They're the ones on the sides. I always hear people say, you know, when they want to work their love handles, they gotta work the sides. Well, this will help, but just remember that you can't work one specific, you know, spot. You can't spot train. Excellent. So next up, we're going to do like an oblique bicycle crunch. So we're going to get back up on our ball here, and I'm going to come down, and we're going to do a bit of a bicycle. So this one's a challenge. We're going to try and do opposite arm to opposite knee. And so it's like a bicycle, but it's a bicycle on the ball. Woo! And so the ball's going to roll. See, I've been using the stability ball for years. And you can always do like one arm down on the ground as you do the other. Actually, that's really good. I haven't really done that before. Maybe I should. To keep that stability. I'm very fortunate where I am. There's this carpet, but underneath the carpet is 2 inches of foam to protect my joints because I do have arthritis in the knees. So I have a very soft floor should I fall off my ball. Excellent. But I am doubting you have that kind of flooring at home. So, you know, do your best to make sure you don't roll off your ball like I did. Okay, now we're going to do a forearm plank. So I'm just going to put my arms on the ball, and I'm going to push up into a plank and try and hold that. You can definitely do the plank from your knees. That's fine. You be where you are today. you know, at your level and how you're feeling today. So it might be that normally you can do a forearm plank, but you've just come back from a rather nasty cold or a bout of the flu, and you're just not there yet, and that's fine. There's no shame in working your way back up. We need to stop beating ourselves up. You should be happy that you're here and working out and doing what's right for your body in this moment. Excellent. Take a break. So now we're going to do a forearm rollout. So I tend to like grip my hands together, and I start with it sort of in the middle of the ball, and we're going to roll out and then pull back in. Okay, so roll out and pull back in, and we're really like focus that you're using those abdominals to pull the ball back in, and your arms are just sort of rolling over top. They are obviously working as well, but you want the motion to really come from the abdominals. So focus on the abdominals. That navel should be as tight as you can make it to the spine and really protect that lower back. This is one that is, my ball is squeaking. This is one that is really quite challenging. And of course, the further you come up, the more of a break you're going to give your abdominals. Excellent. So now we are going to do a plank with our toes up on the ball. And the more leg you have on the ball, the more stable it will be. So, for example, here I am in a full plank with my toes on the ball, or my legs. If I move that ball further back and get my toes up on it, this is a much more challenging plank. So you do what works for you today. I seem to be having better balance up here, so I will continue to hold it here. And you do what works for you. Might be that you can do some of the harder versions for some exercise, and then the others you need a bit more modification. That's how I am. Some I can do the challenging, and some I do the modification. My abs are burning. Excellent, and come down. Now we're going to do a knee roll-in. So we're actually going to stay in this position. I just need to take a little breather here before I show you. Whew. So legs up on the ball, and we're just going to roll those knees in and then push them back out. So roll them in and push them out. This is a lot of work on that core, on that lower back. And again, the more leg you have on the ball, the little bit easier it will be. So I just made that a little bit easier for myself by moving in, which is good. Having just done the harder plank, my body feels like it needs the slightly easier roll-in. And that's okay. Great job. Excellent. Now we're going to do side plank. So we're going to do these ones from our arms, with our arms on the ball. Doesn't matter which side, we will end up doing both. So I'm going to tuck the ball into my side a bit, and then I'm going to come and get my legs straight out. And then if I want a little more, I'm going to raise my arm up to the side. And that just makes it a little bit more roly-poly. So we're simply holding it. Trying to have a good sort of diagonal alignment here. We don't want to be too crunched up, but we also don't want to be slouched over. That's somewhere in between. And you can always have one knee down. You could always do one knee down and one leg straight out. Okay, and now just take a little break here. Now we're going to do a side crunch, same side. So we're going to crunch up on the side, and you can have one knee down. That will definitely give you some more stability. Or you can go straight out to that plank again and crunch from here. Now, this is going to roll on me. But I can put one arm on the ball to sort of hold it steady, and go with from a full plank. This is still much harder than one knee down. So whatever works for you, there are definitely options here. So don't feel like you can't do the exercise because it's too challenging. There are those options that you can change it up and do what works for you today. So just a few more seconds here, and then we're going to roll this to the other side. Excellent. So now we're going to do the side plank and everything on the other side. Side plank and then the crunch. And remember, there are different ways. So again, ball up to your side, lean on it with your hip. And you can do the side plank with one knee down. Or you can go full legs out. So whichever is best for you today. We're just holding this, trying to have a pretty good alignment all the way down so we're not too hunched over the ball and we're also not too crunched up. Just holding. Just a few more seconds here and then we'll do that side crunch. So take that break here. You can even come all the way up if you like. Sometimes I need to readjust the ball. It sort of squeezes in the skin. Okay, and then we're going to do that side crunch. And again, you can do it with a leg down and both hands up. You can do it with a knee down and one arm. You can go to full legs with one arm. Or you can try and do full out legs with both arms off the ball. Which, whew, I'm starting to have some not very good posture to do that, so I'm going to hold on. I'm going to keep my legs out in the full length, but hold on with one arm. So just a few more seconds here. I don't have a lot of time left. Okay, and I think this is our last exercise, and we're going to do a swimmer on the ball. So pull that ball in nice and close to you, and then roll over it, and we're going to do opposite arm and leg swimming. So just one arm, and then put the other. And bring that handed foot back to the mat each time, so that they can help keep you stable on the ball. And if you find the arm and leg together is, more than you would like to do today, then you can do just the arms, or you can do just the legs. But if you can put them together if you feel comfortable doing that. Ooh. Excellent. And now we're right into our cool down. I forgot to leave a space. That's okay. So just roll that ball a bit out of the way and start with a bit of a cat-cow here to stretch out. We're going to do each of these cool down moves for 30 seconds apiece. I should have given you some time to get into them, and I didn't do a very good job, so and now we're just going to do some side bends. Actually, I'm going to get on the ball for this. You can sit right on the ground if you want to, or you can sit on your ball. But I'm going to sit on my ball because I happen to have it right here. I actually really like just sitting on a ball. I was a teacher, phys ed teacher, and in my office I would have a ball to sit on. Okay, and then we're just going to twist from one side and then twist to the other. I taught fitness at the schools. I also taught just fitness classes at like community centers and things and did personal training. And I would always sit on my ball as a chair instead because I really find them comfortable for sitting. So just twisting slowly, side to side. You can hold them for longer than I am. That's just fine. And then I'm just going to do a seated forward bend, and I'm just going to hold it. I'm just going to sort of like round over and just let myself relax on my knees and really feel a nice stretch through the spine, the lower back. Any tight spots, just sort of, you can move around a bit if you want. Let the ball roll a bit. Just do what feels really nice and comfortable here. Excellent job, everybody. This was a difficult ab workout for sure. Stability ball definitely kicks it up a notch. Let me know if you like stability ball workouts. I could certainly do more of them. You can do full body ones. They don't have to be just abs. You can do weights on them as well, or mini band, or let me know what interests you. Have a really great day. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.